Okay, the first thing you want to do, make sure you have a nice clean electrode. We'll have a bunch of these. We do the grinding. We don't let the students do the grinding. We go through tungsten too fast when you do the grinding. And it's gonna slip it. We usually chamfer the tail. You never want to use this end. That end always goes in the gun so we can figure out what the electrode is. We're just gonna insert it. There's a little hole in the center. I'm gonna just play Marco. There we go. And I'm gonna slide it in, and I want it to just stick out about like that. About 1/4 of an inch, 3/16, somewhere in there. And then you can see I'm just tightening the tail very softly, not cranking it. That's how you make sure the electrode's right. Then with the gun, slide your 2 plates in like before. But this time you're gonna leave a little bit of a gap, just a teeny hair of a gap. Let me show you what I want by that. Just a little bit of a gap, like a 1/16 of an inch. You can use our small filler rod if you want to figure that out. All right. I'm just gonna spin this down. Again, very softly. You don't need to crank it. These fixtures will be a lot hotter than when you were doing the aluminum lab, and that's just because we are using about 3,000 degrees versus 1,200. So big difference. Filler rod is a little ER70S6, and I got 3/32, so it should be pretty easy to fill. Yeah, I got my helmet set at about 10. Protect my eyes, machine's on DC, and I have 120 amps going. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do something called backstepping, so I'm gonna start right here. And I'm gonna do a little 1-inch weld right there. Here we go. Get the arc going, and then just wait for it to cut away a little bit, and you're just very calmly adding the material. I'm adding about the same amount of material as just 1-to-1 on the rod, meaning that I'm adding that much material for this joint. Let that joint cool a little bit. You'll see this gap over here, it's a little open. As it cools, it's gonna pull this gap down. I'll give it a second. That looks like that's what we're gonna get there. Could have rolled off the pedal and not caused that, but you know, that's the way that one goes. Here we go, 3, 2. Get all set up and go. I like to put the filler rod in the way at first. It helps with the mill scale oxygenation, so it doesn't sparkle initially off the start. And then just nice and smooth like. Adding material. Bit of a hole there, so you fill it. That's keyhole penetration. That was a big one though. And then you just kind of learn how to, when you're finishing up those, you learn how to kind of make a match on the back. Let it cool. Come back over. You should be doing about 4 of these little welds. I see I made my first 2 a little big. You can see this gap is about the same as when we started. Here we go. 3, 2. Again, always leave the torch there with the arc off, let it cool down a little bit. Get the color out of it and come over here. Here we go, last one. Put the filler rod in the way and go. Let it cool down a bit. And that is backstepping. You will be doing about, well, you will be doing 3 joints like that. That's kind of a basic get out of jail card. So should be a fun lab. Enjoy.